And so it begins. The fine folks over at toontrack have just released what I was highly anticipating, which is their first EKX. Now you might be asking, what is an EKX? We're familiar with SDX and EZX and EBX for the Superior Drummer 3, Easy Drummer 3, and Easy Bass lineups. But anybody who's followed my channel knows that very recently the folks at toontrack released EZKeys2, and it is quite the release. I did a video about it very in depth. I'm not going to cover all the features of EZKeys2 today. We're going to focus more on this new EKX, but I will have a link below to my full-blown review of EZKeys2 if you want to check it out. And I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's a really killer release. So they've released their first EKX. It's an incredible one. I think they made a really great choice. It's a couple incredible Rhodes pianos, and it's called the Soul Roads EKX. We are going to dive right in, take a look and a listen to exactly what we get, and hopefully you guys can decide whether this is something you would like to add to your EZKeys2 library. I know I'm extremely happy to have it. It's going to get a ton of use when I'm composing and making tone demos myself, so I am very excited to have this in my collection. Without further ado, let's head over first to the toontrack website, just kind of get an overview of what we're getting here, and then we'll take a look and listen within EZKeys2, and I think you guys are going to be impressed. I am very impressed with the short amount of time I've had with it so far. All right, so here we are over in the toontrack website. As you can see, we have Soul Roads EKX, the first expansion pack for the incredible EZKeys2 release. So it says a go-to soul staple. So what is it that we have here? Well, it says we're of course talking about the unmistakable, iconic, and timeless Rhodes electric piano. So we get two classic electric pianos from the 70s and the 80s, handpicked from a meticulously restored and curated collection, recorded at toontrack Studio in 2023 using extreme attention to detail, two sound libraries with one set of mix-ready presets each, and a nice collection of Midi inspired by soul from the 60s through to today. Very, very cool. Obviously, we were required to have an EZKeys2 license to be able to utilize these. So let's look at the instruments first and foremost. So we are going to have two instruments. They're going to be in two different libraries. One will be called Soul Roads 1 and one will be called Soul Roads 2. So the Soul Roads 1 is a Rhodes Stage 73 Mark I, very early Mark I Rhodes electric piano from 1970, and this apparently is the year the model was launched, equipped with the old famous silver tone bars from the 60s models and the then new Torrington tines. It has a beautifully sparkling upper tonal register. This piano also has an original stereo vibrato like the ones you'd see in the earlier suitcase models, adding even more vintage character. Very, very cool. Moving down to Soul Roads 2, it says lush, sparkling, and smooth. This is a Rhodes Stage 73 Mark II, launched in 1980. This Mark II is from the first series of the new model. It came out after 10 years of research, development, and improvements of the Mark I. For the second generation of pianos, the key bed had been reconfigured, the tines swapped with those from a different supplier, and aluminum and plastic had replaced much of the wood previously used for many of its parts. All right, so we see the two instruments we have. We have Soul Roads 1, Soul Roads 2. One Rhodes piano from the 70s, one from the 80s. A lot of great information here over on the toontrack website. You can check out all the different sounds, the Midi and whatnot. But we're going to take a look at that today as well. So let's head over to EZKeys. All right, so here we are over in EZKeys2. As you see, we can come up here and we have our EZKey2 libraries. We have the included EZKey2 Session Grand, and then we have Soul Roads 1 and Soul Roads 2. So if I load up Soul Roads 2, we get this graphic. Very cool. They're toontrack graphics are always incredible and inspiring. We have Soul Roads 1. Now, as we always do, we have a list of basic presets here, and I've got to say these are incredible. We're going to go very deep into these. I'm going to let you hear every single one of them, kind of with a looped chord progression from the Midi library. But as always, if we expand our effects here, we can see when we switch between the different presets, we get different parameters that we can mess with. Obviously, you know, we have a rotary speaker one here. Really beautiful. Wait till you hear this one. Sounds amazing. Really, really cool stuff. So we got to keep that in mind. When I am looping through and showing you the different presets, the parameters will switch on screen, which will help you to see exactly what you're getting in each preset. All right. So basically, we also can go to our Grooves tab and, you know, we have our different libraries here, but you'll notice here, once we install the Soul Roads EKX, we get this Midi here. So we have straight 4/4, 3 different songs worth. We have swing 4/4 with one song, and we have a straight 6/8 with one song. And this Midi is very, very cool. There's some really interesting things going on here. course, we can take any of those, drag them down to our timeline. We can, loop them down here if we so desire. And of course, we can even open up and edit the chords. We could change chords around to different chords. We could have it suggest different chords for us, so we could swap these out. It does give us this very cool feature where we can actually use it to inspire some very cool sounds. All right, so that's awesome. I did talk about the suggest chords feature in the full EZKeys2 review. So we get a nice amount of MIDI here as well. Obviously, anything that we do throw down onto our MIDI timeline, we can come in here in the grid editor and mess with that with all the other features that EZKeys2 has. Incredible. And we're not really going to be using Bandmate. That's not really a feature of this new EKX particularly, but rather EZKeys2. And like I said before, if you want to watch my full video on EZKeys, I discuss all of these different things. All right. So what we really want to know now is how these presets sound. So as I mentioned, I already took a loop and I've looped a MIDI groove from the collection. I can't remember exactly which one I used. May have been one of these actually. Anyways, you'll see in a moment, and we will go through all of the different presets that we have here. You can either look up here to see what you're listening to at any moment, but I will also have a little lower third, which is telling you whether you're listening to Soul Roads 1, Soul Roads 2, and which preset. So I hope you guys enjoy listening to these, and I hope it gives you a good idea of the sounds we actually get with this incredible new EKX. right, so there you have it. What do you guys think? I think this is a really great addition to EZKeys2. A real tip of the hat to the folks at toontrack. They just keep getting better. This is going to be an EKX that I'm going to utilize a lot. And I just love to be able to throw that Rhodes piano in, blending with guitars and whatnot. It can really fill out a mix and give a really cool vibe, really a vintage vibe to a lot of our compositions. So this is extremely cool. I'm super happy with this. The link is below to the toontrack website. I believe this is $89 US. It's available now, and if you're so inclined and think it's something you could use, you can go grab that. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I am. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and sharing your time with me. Please like the video. Please share it also with anybody you think might get some use or enjoyment out of watching it. And also please subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell notification to get notified when I put new content out. I'll be back really soon with some more. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. Ciao for now.